The first, based on the Ken Kesey novel, starred Jack Nicholson as a criminal who pretends to be mentally ill, believing it will be easier to serve his sentence in asylum than a prison, a belief for which he pays a very heavy price at the hands of Nurse Ratched. To me it was not just literature but real life. The life I lived in Czechoslovakia, Forman said of the novel. The Communist Party was my nurse Ratched, telling me what I could do and could not do, even who I was and was not. The film, which was made for $3 million, took $100 million at the box office and won 5 Academy Awards, including Best Director and Best Picture. In 1984, Forman's Amadeus, which portrayed Mozart as a giggling imbecile, was another huge success. It also swept the board at the Oscars, scooping 8 awards including, again, Best Director and Best Picture. There were numerous other awards and many rave reviews, although not everyone was happy with the portrayal of Mozart as a potty-mouthed idiot savant. Forman enjoyed it, not least because it allowed him to return to Prague for the first time in years. Jan Tomáš Forman was born in the town of Kaslav to a teacher called Rudolf, who joined the resistance in the Second World War and died in a concentration camp, and a hotelier mother Anna, who died in Auschwitz. Later he learned his real father was the architect Otto Kohn. Forman was brought up by his family and studied screenwriting at Prague's Performing Arts Academy, where he was taught by the author Milan Kundera. His first international success was with Loves of a Blonde in 1965, which he followed 2 years later with The Fireman's Ball. Forman was in Paris in 1968 during the Prague Spring, a short-lived period of reform that was brutally repressed by Soviet troops. He fled to the US and eventually was able to get his family to join him. His first American film Taking Off appeared in 1971, but it did not do well. It was only after Cuckoo's Nest, for which he was hired because as a relative unknown he was cheap, that real success came his way. He was appointed professor of film at Columbia University in 1978 and taught there for the next 40 years. His output after that was mixed. He directed Hair, based on a 1960s musical, followed by Ragtime in 1981. Following Amadeus he directed Belmont, but it was overshadowed by Dangerous Liaisons, another film based on the same story. He didn't work again for 7 years until he made The People vs. Larry Flynt in 1996, based on the story of the Hustler publishers' right to produce his magazines. Forman was married 3 times, to the actress Jana Brejkova, another actress Vera Krisadlova, both ended in divorce, and finally, Martina Zaborilova. She survives him, with their sons and his twins from his second marriage.